Weirdos, boils and ghouls. How are we all doing? It's been a little while. Been a little while since I've looked at Smug Puppy. Stayed away from the channel because it was all a little bit too easy, you know? The debunking was too easy. Neil was very vocal about us debunkers and why he didn't like us, etc. But, in his defense, he then apologized to a few of us. He had open conversations with some of us. Conversations that ultimately led to nothing. Some things were promised, some things were said, nothing ever happened from it. He has apologized for the copyright claims against me and said he won't do it anymore. I can use his footage. Why I appreciate it, at the same point you only said that because you lost every copyright battle you had with me, because I heavily edit my videos. I transform the videos so it's transformative. I'm educating people on how fake paranormal content is made. But I appreciate that you reached out and, you know, you probably don't like me. There was arguments about, am I being toxic? Am I bullying? And it was never the case. Did I take the piss? Yes, but you're taking the piss with your fake videos. At the same point, I also said things like, could you please ask Kaylee to stop hurting herself for content? That's not good. Could you please get that damp sorted out? Because black mold is poisonous. It can cause hallucinations. It can cause respiratory issues. I said respiratory, really weird, but I'm not cutting it out because you lot love it when I mess up. So for me, it was just easier to give him a wide berth after, you know, saying my piece and all the rest of it. But, you know, last week, I brought out a full week's worth of content, not a single debunking in sight. This week, all debunking. Everywhere. I'm going to debunk everything. Debunk it all. So this video is called Creature Cooks Up a Storm, Insane Shadow Figure and Poltergeist Activity. And before we get into it, I've watched a couple of his other videos. I want to show you something. His videos are now in different modes, as in different size screens. Sometimes it's full screen, sometimes it's vertical, sometimes it's landscape, but for some bizarre reason it's this small. And I believe there's a reason behind that. And that reason is, it is so much harder for debunkers to look at this footage and pull things apart, give away signs like wires, etc., when it's compressed down to this small size. It's also made this small size, I imagine, for vertical uploads for TikTok, because they are far bigger on TikTok than YouTube. So I can't work out if he's very lazy and just recycles his TikTok content for YouTube, and he's kind of given up on YouTube because he's not getting the views that he gets over on TikTok, which is absolute utter bollocks. Go check out Wilderness Degree. Or if it's by design to stop people like me looking closer to see the bullshit. But Mr. Smug Puppy, I always see through bullshit. Got my eyes on you. Not in a creepy way. In a, I'm watching everything you do. Every step you take. Every breath you take. I'll be watching it. This would normally be cut from the video, but F it. Mr. Puppy is in the living room. Let's see what goes on in his really haunted house.
What the hell?
That was loud. It's a demonic Batman. Now, he's already messed this up. And I'll show you. So we will playback speed, put it down to a quarter. We'll mute it because it'll sound awful otherwise. Now, from what I saw quickly there, this was almost done quite well. The way the hands wrapped around the underneath of the door frame, that was done quite well. But the head appeared before he was supposed to. There was an outline of the sort of, if it was Batman's cowl, the cowl ears and the eyes. You could see a full outline of this thing before it appeared. Now, the head does roll into shot, but before it rolls into shot, as in it peeks the door frame, it's actually there, but transparent. He's cocked it up. Let's take a look, shall we? There. Look, there's the outline of the head. We'll play it again. Look. The outline of the head is already there. There are even some black elements bleeding through from the background. This is a number of shots with the transparency turned off, and then he's turning it up to simulate the head peeking into shot or rolling into shot. Like it's done this around the door frame. And that's not the case at all. There we go. The hands. I mean, there's issues all around these hands. They're digitally added in. Or it's at the very least 2 videos playing at the same time with the opacity turned down. But there's breaks in the way that he's masked this in or out. This point here lines up with that transparent sort of outline we saw. You see that there? That's a digital wobble that shouldn't be there should something have actually peeked that door and physically been present. There's a little head wobble that's probably supposed to have been there to give it a bit more realism, but then there's that weird jittery glitch. And that is, again, an editing mistake. Okay, so he's balls this right up. Whatever this is, gets thrown, hits the wall, hits the bed, and then settles. But unfortunately, it doesn't behave right, because this item is already here and being masked out for the final resting spot. Watch. Ignore the shadow figure that's edited wrong. And then the transparency, for some bizarre reason, dips to the point where this brush is almost invisible. That's another editing mistake. Then it completely disappears from the scene. Why would it disappear from the scene? So the shadow figure disappears. As that shadow figure disappears, that video stops playing, and the hairbrush was only in that video. So when that video stops, the hairbrush disappears off the bed. And then he inserts another video where the hairbrush is laying on the bed. Pop. And I think that hairbrush may even be in the wrong position. Let's take another look. It reappears in the wrong position of the bed. Neil, may I make a suggestion to you? Add markers to your videos. Get like a little sticker that we can't see from this angle. Place it on the bed. Make a little outline of the brush and put it exactly where it was the first time you placed it. And I'm confident in telling you to do this to help you along your journey, because we'll still be able to pull your footage apart, because look at it. That was absolutely... That was shocking. That was actually shocking that you have put this out in a way for people to believe that that is real. And I'd like to say something along the lines of, but it's for entertainment purposes, but you still maintain, while you put for entertainment purposes to keep the debunkers away, and while you've changed all the formatting of your video to keep us off, you're still maintaining that this stuff is real. Okay, there's a little more to this. You get spanked by a ghost. Oh, the big issue there is... that ghost, or demon, shadow figure, poltergeist, whatever the hell he's calling it these days, actually touched him according to him. Because he holds his back and looks. That is to tell us, the audience, that he has felt something. The problem there is, he didn't feel anything because his t-shirt didn't move. Watch. That thing apparently clawed at his back, yet his t-shirt didn't pull with it. So how did he feel it through his t-shirt when his t-shirt didn't move? Because his own movements, you see his t-shirt crinkling and pulling with his own movements. Yet as soon as that thing drags him, his t-shirt is still. It's an overlay again.
Hairbrush, thrown. Object number 99 today. Boring. Just a hairbrush. Nothing spectacular. What the hell?
Unfortunately, every shot before this, you don't show us the kitchen. So you're going to see, look, everything's been opened, all that noise. That noise sounded like one single cabinet and that lid. So logically, did a demon do this, or were all of those cupboard doors already open? Somebody's just banged and thrown that saucepan lid and then ducked out a shot, because there's enough time for it. Because you've done this for months now, possibly years at this point. Hone in your craft. You haven't honed it very well, though. This is straight out of Paranormal Activity, the movie. But in the movie, they were far better with how they did it because they show everything bursting open. Quite a great jump scare in that scene. My wife brought me chalky milk. Yeah, it's a poor attempt at a paranormal activity movie scene. And we all know that a lot of these creators steal their ideas because they've got nothing original to add. You know, people stealing things like the Poltergeist Diaries and the like. I like chocolate milk.
Oh my god. Ugh. Leave that there. Ugh. Everything is open. Every cupboard, freezer, what's this?
Okay, so skipped a bit because it's just him telling us what we can see with our eyes. This cupboard's open, this cupboard's open, the washing machine is on doing the washing. And then there's spilt salt with a symbol drawn in it.
Salt spilt everywhere while I've been cooking. I don't know what that is. It's like something sticky in it or something.
The ghost is a fan of Prince. That was the Prince symbol. It wasn't, but it was close. Something sticky in it. Lick it. Like, it shows a zoomed view here, which gives that away.
What is that?
His zoomed view, he actually fixed the editing mistake. But didn't change it in the original video. You've just debunked yourself. Right, next one is Shadow Rush. Creepy shadow entity caught on night vision. Literally, hairies and stuff. Billy said she felt something rush behind her. The hairs on her arms and the back of her neck stood up. I can't tell what the hell that was, whether that was editing, because even frame by frame, there was just nothing to see. I imagine somebody's just thrown something past her for the sake of the video, because, I mean, look at the poor, awful compression of this video. Whatever they recorded on a pet cam. Look at all of this artifacting all around her. This will hide a multitude of sins. They know it. That's why they've done it. They've just launched something past, knowing it'll look like shit, and we won't be able to pull it apart. So what was it? Editing. Last one, because, this is shit. Shocking paranormal attack. Hayes manages to capture it on camera. I hope it's the ghost of Batman again. And this is clearly made for TikTok, the vertical. They're just being lazy and reposting the TikToks. There's no content creation involved this end of it. They're creating for TikTok and then just re-uploading it to YouTube to try and double the income. You can get strips for your nose that'll stop that snoring. I think that's supposed to be a demon growl. You know what I'm going to say? We can't see this end. We can't see that Neil is probably stood there, or somebody else from the house, and has just pulled her across the bed. Right, she hasn't hurt herself here. This is some form of makeup, or she's just slapped her arm a couple of times. This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look, I'm about to be yanked by a ghost. Ow, 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 ow. This is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And now I'm annoyed again because this is the same feel sorry for me bullshit that Really Haunted is doing. You are now maintaining that something is hurting your daughter, that something is hurting you, to gain sympathy from people in order for people to click into your videos for you to earn ad revenue. And it's dog shit. Absolute dog shit. That looks like a handprint. Do you know how easy it is to do a handprint? Like that. I mean, There's a slight problem with me trying to show arm prints on my arms that I'm covered in tattoos. You can't see it. Wait. I haven't got a tattoo under there. Oh, look. There is a red handprint appearing very slowly on my arm because I've just given myself a little slap. Looking at what they've done there, it looks like makeup.
Get off!
Could you imagine living next door to this? Right, we don't need a slow-mo replay because you didn't show the whole bed. You didn't show where her feet were. Cheeky. I'm sorry. I'm a child. So we looked at a few examples of Smug Puppy's fakery there. It is so obvious to see. And somehow these... Okay, so the little slap I gave myself earlier. Handprint. Now, I'm having a look at the comment section here. And people are calling them out for it. Rightly calling them out for it. So let's have a little laugh at the comments, shall we? The worst acting I've seen, laughing face fake. This person is sending them love and praise, an actual prayer to read out to rid them of the attachment. Just take their editing software off them. Imagine if this was real. You couldn't be happy there at all. Total fake. Please God, people, stop believing this. The creepiest thing about this vid is that you have a camera in your daughter's... It's purely for the paranormal activity. There is nothing in this video that cannot be explained. Someone at the bottom of the bed pulling her out. Someone behind the door pulling it shut and pretending to be pulled. I didn't even twig. I didn't even notice the door. I was just that bored already. This channel is fake. Oh my God, Kay, that bastard was actually twisting your arm behind your back and your wrist up. Ow. Demonic attack. Ooh, look, I got a boo-boo on my arm as well. Ow. How are you believing this shit, Stokely? Thank God it released you as soon as you were able to say get off. What an absolute total asshole. Praise for you guys. Stop praying for them, this fake. Know this with all authority. You have been given the Lord God Yahushua, our Savior King. Use the written word in the old King James Bible only. Tell that three-legged mangy want to be abomination. It's time to... Okay. Oh my God, this is terrifying. I wish I knew what would help you all. I'm so sorry you're going through this. I hope you... I mean, look. This is why I get pissed off. People are believing this shit. People are going to be fearful of this shit. So then, boils and ghouls, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Don't be mean to the Smug Puppy family, because, you know, I'll get the blame for it. Even though this is just a massive con, and they're pretending to be hurt when they're not, which is, quite frankly, disgusting. Remember, kids, when jumping out of bed from your demons, say no to crack.